Today, actually, I wanted to spend a little time and see if I could just make people even more comfortable with the Smart Health program. And I thought one of the things we could do is maybe do a quick activity together just to show you how easy the Smart Health process is. So with that, I'm going to go to my Smart Health website. So let's see if I can share my screen here with you. Okay, someone could drop me a quick note and let me know if you see the Smart Health website. Or unmute yourself and say so, that's fine too. Oh, you see my desktop. Okay, well, let me try again. Don't need to be looking at my desktop, that's for sure. Hopefully it was clean. That was a blue shot, so that's good. Okay, how about now?
Looks good, Ann. We're seeing Smart Health now.
Wonderful. Very good. Thank you all. So I wanted to just, again, some of you may already be great Smart Health users, but just kind of take away some of the, gosh, how difficult is this, and let you see how simple it really is. So this reflects my Smart Health screen here, and it talks about my plan, etc. And I wanted to just take us into a couple of two different things this morning. One of them is this WHIL, W-H-I-L, and they are all a wellness sort of program. And if you screen across the top, you're going to see the WHIL, mental and emotional well-being. I've got a couple here: stress reduction and mindfulness, mental health. Just going to go into click on that real quick. And as Don said, slow computers, at least mine is very slow this morning. So you might have to hear me ramble just a little bit more. We'll tell you a little bit about the program that you're going to go in and experience. And what it will talk about, it talks about well-being, performance, relationships, sleep issues, a whole bunch of things there. And you choose the training that you want to be a part of. And once you look over what the overview of the course is, over here you're going to say, I want to start my program. One thing that's kind of nice, and this is for the introverts and the extroverts of the group, is sometimes you may be a person that really likes being part of a social media sort of relationship or social programs. And if so, you can click on this button, and is it not going to let me do it? Normally when you click on this button, it will say everyone, or you can say only me. So maybe my next activity is going to, maybe I block this down to only me. But then after you do that, so you can say, I want to be private, no one else needs to know what I'm working on. Or you can do an only me, and then people can kind of see what other people are doing the same programs as they are, maybe start up a chat relationship, encourage each other through the program. So it's a really nice feature to have. So let's say I want to go to start my program. And here it is. It's loading me up into the WHIL programs that it does offer. Hopefully. One thing that's nice about that shared one or everyone group is one of the features that I might point out if I have a second here is there was a let's do count our steps together. And basically it was, maybe it's your work group that you as an individual have always been somebody that have counted your steps. But then as a work group, you could say, hey, let's do it together. And you'll get points if, depending on the size of your group, once you reach a certain step. And that one you probably would want to be in everyone. or share with a particular group. So you could be of encouragement. Hey, good job, Bob. You did really good yesterday. Or I just did a flight of stairs I haven't done in a long time, and can be an encouragement to one another there. So that's a good way to do that, to share it with everyone versus being private, as if maybe you're in a group activity. So here's the WIL website, and you'll see here that they have a lot of different courses. Learn to meditate, reduce stress and anxiety, be happier, thrive at work, build your emotional intelligence, improve relationships, sleep better, etc. So you will choose from this, and it will take you into a course that you can do. This is the one I thought we would do real quick together because it's only about 2 minutes long. And it is motivation, on the topic of motivation. And you'll see here, there's a whole bunch of motivational courses you can take. One of them is just a teaching one where they teach you the information about awakening your courage, as my mouse is pointing to right now. And then after you take the teaching component, it gives you a practice exercise that you then can practice what you just learned. So one of the things I kind of previewed for us this morning was seeing your motivations clearly. So sit back for a moment. This should give us like about a 2-minute, almost a 3-minute presentation on the teaching component of seeing your motivations.
In most of this motivation series, we focused on what you might call the macro motivations, the big picture visions for how you might use your efforts in life. In this session, we'll go a little more micro, looking more closely at how our motivations impact us on a moment-by-moment basis as we go through our days. The word motivation comes from the Latin word motare, meaning to move. So in a way, a motivation is anything that moves us. We're constantly being moved by impulses, emotions, and ideas all the time. It's like we have lots of little ropes tied to our belts, extending out in all directions. At different times, one rope or another might pull us a little to the right, a little to the left, forwards or backwards, tugging us towards different behaviors at different times. Combined, all of these little movements make up a huge part of our inner experience, and therefore a huge part of our lives. Here's how you can build more clarity, a higher resolution awareness of your motivations. With mindfulness practice, you can become more aware of motivations arising, and then sustain attention on them to notice these 3 aspects. 1, where does this originate from? If I'm reaching for another handful of honey roasted peanuts, is it out of hunger or anxious snacking? 2, what's the feeling behind the motivation now that it's here? Does it feel healthy and wholesome, or compulsive and painful? And 3, what will happen if I follow through on this motivation? Just as a gut instinct, is this setting me on the kind of path I want to be on? We ask these 3 questions here, not philosophically, but based on what we're actually seeing happen in our minds. We examine things closely to see them more clearly. And as you do, you may also experience a shift in perspective, seeing that impulses are experiences, not really the whole of who we are. Simply put, there's no I behind many of the things that move us. I love this quote from the neurologist, Dr. Richard Restak. The brain has a mind of its own. So while we don't own our mental patterns, we can take responsibility for them. Enough talk. Let's test it out in the laboratory of your own experience, looking at your moment-by-moment motivations. Ready?
So again, that shows you the teaching component, and it's going to lead right into the practice. I'm not going to make us do the practice here this morning, but you can go back into the session and take advantage of those different courses. As you can see, they're really short and sweet. Can give yourself some great little tips and tricks on different things that help in these different components. that may be very, very helpful to you in your daily walk. One other thing here, so let's go back. The other thing I wanted to point out is that SmartHealth talks a lot about the support your why. And some people don't even know what their why is. They don't understand the concept of why. If you take this particular coursework and walk through it, it's really helpful because it helps you focus in on what is it that is not necessarily, we tend to define ourselves so much by what we do, like what our job is and the roles that we play, that sometimes we forget what motivates us and what is our why. Why do we do those things? What is it that really turns our crank and makes it so that what we're doing is of value or could be of more value perhaps? You know, we all have our job, we come to our work and we do our jobs well. But if we added the why component to it, would it be reflected differently? I'm a person that has been very grateful to be in the benefits arena over my career because it is one of those careers that I really get to help people with, kind of demystify some things that maybe are complicated to them, show them options that maybe they didn't know when it came to a medical benefit or a retirement savings program, or maybe they have a disability and they didn't realize how their disability insurance works. It's very, very rewarding to me to be able to say, hey, I have something that I can offer you. And when I add my why to it, it takes it to a different place that I'm not just here regurgitating information you could read in a book somewhere or read in a guide somewhere, but I'm helping make it real to your particular situation. And that's because I want to help people understand what their benefit package offers at WSU. And so it's a little bit of what my why is. So on this one, if you ever are thinking, gosh, I don't even know where to start on what is my why? Why would it be important for me, not only in my work life, but my personal life, to know what my why is? I really encourage you to do this particular exercise and become a little bit more in touch with that component of yourself. And I think you'll find yourself rewarded by doing so. So again, today was going to be just a real short and sweet little, let's dip into SmartHealth again. Just as a reminder, the SmartHealth program is something that you can get very much rewarded by just participating in and learning components of. But if you happen to be an employee that's on the employee benefit program as well, once you reach 2,000 points up here, and you have until November 30th to reach the 2,000 points, once you've earned 2,000 points, you get a little wellness incentive from the state. Just as a reminder what that is, it's either $125 towards your 2021 insurance deductible if you're on one of the low insurance deductible plans, or it is $125 towards your health savings account if you participate in one of the high deductible plans. The first 800 points you can earn, one of the easy ways to get to that is just taking a wellness incentive, a questionnaire that takes maybe 15-20 minutes. And by just taking that wellness incentive, wellness assessment, you earn 800 points right off the bat. So that's a good chunk towards your 2,000 points. So another plug for the SmartHealth program, and I hope it's something that, hey, if you have 5, 10, 15 minutes a day during one of your breaks, maybe you think, after I get up and stretch and walk around a little bit, I'm going to come back and take one of those little 5-minute sessions and start working on figuring out what my why is, what my motivations are. Other things, you know, can be health related, can be financial related. It can be all sorts of different topics out there. So take advantage of them. Doesn't have to be a time-consuming event and can be very motivational. So that is it for today. Wish you all a great day. And let's see, I don't know if Dawn's still around or not, but tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, Dawn is going to be doing the session on keep learning, keep growing. So hope you can join us tomorrow at 10 as well. And I wish you all a very good day. Bye-bye.